In the complex and rapidly evolving world of international relations, few countries have generated as much debate, curiosity, and geopolitical tension as Iran. Over the past several decades, Iran has transformed from a regional power into one of the most influential and controversial actors in global politics. Its strategic location in the Middle East, its vast energy resources, its ideological leadership in parts of the Islamic world, and its ability to shape conflicts across several regions have all contributed to its growing geopolitical weight. From its involvement in regional conflicts to its negotiations with global powers over nuclear development, Iran's influence stretches far beyond its borders. Today we will talk about the rising influence of Iran in global politics. So, before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. The historical roots of Iran's political power. To understand Iran's rising influence, one must first examine its deep historical roots. Iran, historically known as Persia, has been a major civilization for thousands of years. From the Achaemenid Empire under Cyrus the Great to the Safavid dynasty that established Shiite Islam as the state religion, Iran has long been a center of cultural, religious, and political power in the region. The turning point for modern Iranian influence came in 1979 with the Islamic Revolution. This revolution overthrew the Western-backed monarchy and replaced it with a theocratic government led by Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini. The revolution fundamentally reshaped Iran's foreign policy. Instead of aligning with Western powers, the new leadership positioned Iran as a revolutionary state that sought to challenge Western dominance and support movements across the Muslim world. This ideological shift laid the foundation for Iran's modern geopolitical ambitions. Iran's strategic geographic position. One of the most important reasons for Iran's growing influence is its strategic geography. Iran sits at the crossroads of the Middle East, Central Asia, South Asia, and the Caucasus region. It borders several important countries including Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Turkey, and Armenia, and it also has access to the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. Perhaps even more critical is Iran's proximity to the Strait of Hormuz, one of the most important maritime choke points in the world. A significant percentage of the world's oil supply passes through this narrow waterway. Because of this geographic advantage, Iran possesses enormous leverage in global energy markets. Any instability in the region or threats to shipping routes can have immediate impacts on global oil prices and international trade. This geographical position gives Iran both economic importance and strategic leverage in global politics. Iran's influence through regional alliances. Iran's political influence has expanded dramatically through its network of regional alliances and partnerships. Rather than relying solely on traditional military power, Iran has built influence by supporting allied groups and governments across the Middle East. Iran maintains strong political and military ties with groups and governments in countries such as Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, and Yemen. These alliances have helped Iran project influence far beyond its borders. In Lebanon, for example, Iran has supported Hezbollah, a powerful political and military organization. In Syria, Iran has backed the government during the long civil war, providing financial support, military advisors, and strategic coordination. Through these relationships, Iran has established what analysts often refer to as a regional axis of influence. This network allows Iran to shape political developments across the Middle East while countering the influence of rival powers. The nuclear program and global diplomacy. Perhaps the most widely discussed aspect of Iran's global role is its nuclear program. Iran insists that its nuclear activities are intended for peaceful purposes such as energy production and scientific research. However, many countries have expressed concern that the program could lead to the development of nuclear weapons. These concerns led to years of negotiations between Iran and major world powers. The most significant outcome of these negotiations was the 2015 nuclear agreement, which placed limits on Iran's nuclear activities in exchange for sanctions relief. The agreement represented one of the most complex diplomatic efforts of the modern era. Even after tensions rose and the agreement faced challenges, The negotiations themselves demonstrated Iran's central role in global diplomacy. Few regional issues today can be discussed without considering Iran's position. Economic power through energy resources. Iran possesses some of the largest oil and natural gas reserves in the world. These resources provide Iran with enormous economic potential and strategic importance. Despite facing economic sanctions from several countries, Iran continues to play a crucial role in global energy discussions. Energy markets are deeply connected to global politics. Whenever tensions rise in the Middle East, global oil prices often react immediately. Because Iran controls significant reserves and is located near critical shipping routes, it remains an important factor in energy security discussions worldwide. Military capabilities and strategic defense. Iran has developed a sophisticated military strategy focused on deterrence and asymmetric warfare. Rather than competing directly with the massive military budgets of larger global powers, Iran has invested heavily in missile technology, drone systems, and regional defense networks. Iran's ballistic missile program is considered one of the most advanced in the Middle East. These missiles provide Iran with a significant strategic deterrent. Additionally, Iran has invested heavily in unmanned aerial vehicles, drones, cyber capabilities, and naval forces designed to operate in the Persian Gulf. Ideological influence in the Muslim world. Another key aspect of Iran's global influence is ideological. Iran positions itself as a defender of resistance against foreign intervention and Western political dominance. This message resonates with certain groups and movements throughout the Middle East and beyond. Iran's leadership often frames its foreign policy as part of a broader struggle against political oppression and external interference. While this narrative is controversial and heavily debated internationally, it has helped Iran build support among various groups that share similar political or ideological goals. Challenges and international pressure. Despite its growing influence, Iran also faces significant challenges. International sanctions have placed pressure on its economy, limiting trade and financial access. These sanctions have affected currency stability, inflation, and economic growth. Iran also faces strong opposition from several regional rivals who view its expanding influence as a threat to regional balance. These rivalries have contributed to ongoing tensions and conflicts in the Middle East. Additionally, domestic challenges such as economic reforms, political debates, and generational changes continue to shape Iran's internal political landscape. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and click the button to subscribe.